In the busy village of Neanda, surrounded by wide fields and thick forests, lived a lively girl named Amara. She was different from the other kids because she loved adventure and wanted to explore everything. The village had many stories about the forbidden forest nearby. People said it was dangerous, full of magical creatures and dark secrets, and no one was allowed to go there. This made Amara even more curious. One hot afternoon, Amara sat in her classroom, daydreaming about the forbidden forest. The teacher's words faded as she imagined the mysteries in the trees. She decided to leave school and go into the forest. When the chance came, Amara quietly slipped out and ran towards the forest. As soon as she entered the forest, she felt a rush of excitement. The sounds of the village disappeared, replaced by rustling leaves and bird songs. Amara went deeper into the forest, careful but eager. The stories about the dangers didn't scare her enough to turn back. After walking for what seemed like hours, Amara found a narrow path hidden among the trees. The path seemed to call to her, so she followed it, moving branches and leaves out of the way. The further she went, the darker and thicker the forest became. Strange, beautiful sounds echoed through the trees, making her heart race. Suddenly, the path opened into a hidden clearing. Amara gasped in awe. Before her was an enchanted grove, glowing with a soft, magical light. The trees were taller and older, their branches making a natural roof. Colorful flowers were everywhere, and the air smelled sweet. Mystical creatures with both human and otherworldly features moved gracefully, their eyes sparkling with wisdom. As Amara stepped into the clearing, a tall, elegant woman approached. She had long, flowing hair and wore a dress made of shimmering leaves. Her deep green eyes seemed to see right into Amara's soul. "Welcome, Amara," the woman said in a sweet voice. "We have been expecting you." Amara was amazed. "You know my name?" she asked. The woman smiled warmly. "Yes, child. You belong here. This forest is where magic and reality meet." Amara's heart pounded with excitement and confusion. "But I come from Neanda. How can I belong here?" The woman gently touched Amara's shoulder. "Let me show you," she said, leading her through the grove. As they walked, the woman explained that Amara's true heritage was linked to the forest's magic. Her ancestors had lived with the magical creatures but had to leave and settle in Neanda. The forest beings had watched over Amara and her family, waiting for her to return and reclaim her heritage. They reached the heart of the grove, where the woman showed Amara a large, ancient tree. Its trunk had carvings that told the forest's history. "This is the tree of truth," the woman said. "It holds our people's memories and your family's secrets. Place your hand on the trunk and it will show you your story." With a mix of fear and excitement, Amara placed her hand on the tree. Warm energy flowed through her, and visions filled her mind. She saw her ancestors living with the magical creatures, protecting the forest. She saw her family leaving because of an unknown threat. And she saw herself, a girl meant to reconnect the two worlds. When the visions faded, Amara felt deeply connected and purposeful. She turned to the woman, who smiled proudly. "You are the key to our future, Amara. You can restore the bond between the forest and the outside world." Amara nodded, full of ideas. She knew her life had changed, but she felt ready. "What should I do?" she asked. The woman led her to a small chamber inside the tree. Amara saw ancient artifacts and scrolls. "These are our ancestors' tools," the woman said. "They will help you use your abilities and guide you. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your gifts wisely and protect the balance between our worlds." Amara spent the next days in the forest, learning about her heritage and training with the mystical creatures. She found out she could talk to animals, heal the sick, and control the elements. Each day brought new challenges, and Amara grew stronger and more confident. But Amara knew she couldn't stay forever. She had responsibilities in Neanda. With a heavy heart, she said, "Goodbye," promising to return. When she came back to Neanda, she saw that only a few hours had passed. Her family and friends were relieved but curious about where she had been. Amara couldn't tell them everything, so she shared a simpler story about a hidden village and a wise woman. Over the next months, Amara worked hard to keep her promise. She used her abilities to help her village by healing, guiding travelers, and ensuring good harvests. She taught people about living in harmony with nature and respecting mystical forces. Not everyone believed her or wanted to change. Some were skeptical, others afraid. But Amara stayed patient and determined, knowing change takes time. One day, a severe drought hit the region, threatening both Nyanda and the forest. The villagers grew desperate. Amara knew this was her chance to prove herself and strengthen the bond between the worlds. Supported by her family and friends, Amara went back to the forest. She asked the wise woman for help, who said the drought was caused by a disturbance in nature. A dark force had awakened, trying to exploit the forest's power. Determined to protect both her village and the forest, Amara set off on a dangerous quest. With the guidance of the mystical creatures and her growing abilities, she faced tough challenges, fierce creatures, and her deepest fears. In the heart of the forest, Amara found the disturbance's source, an ancient, evil spirit imprisoned for centuries. The spirit wanted to escape and cause chaos, but Amara knew she could stop it. Using all her strength and what she'd learned, Amara confronted the spirit and restored balance. The battle was tough, but she won. The spirit was imprisoned again, and the drought ended, bringing life back. When Amara returned to Nyanda, she was hailed as a hero. The villagers understood her teachings and embraced the forest's wisdom. The bond between the worlds was restored, and Amara's legacy as a guardian of both Nyanda and the forest was secured. In the years that followed, Amara continued to protect and nurture the connection between her village and the forest. She became a beloved leader, guiding her people with compassion and wisdom. As she grew older, she passed her knowledge to the next generation, ensuring the bond would never break. Amara's adventure became a cherished part of Nyanda's folklore, a testament to curiosity, courage, and the enduring connection between humanity and the mystical forces of nature. Her legacy inspired future generations to cherish and protect the land and its secrets.